If you want to supercharge your plants with a natural, nutrient-rich liquid fertilizer, compost tea is the answer. This homemade brew delivers beneficial microbes, essential nutrients, and organic matter straight to your soil and plant roots, improving plant health and growth without synthetic fertilizers. The best part? You can make it easily using simple household ingredients. Before we dive in, I have a small request. Don't skip the ads. Watching them helps me grow this channel so I can continue sharing valuable gardening tips with you. And if you find this guide helpful, be sure to share it with your fellow gardeners. Now, let's get started. Compost tea is essentially a liquid version of compost, packed with beneficial microorganisms, nutrients, and organic compounds. When applied to soil or sprayed on plants, it enhances soil structure, boosts microbial activity, and strengthens plant resilience against pests and diseases. Unlike synthetic fertilizers, which provide quick but short-lived nutrient bursts, compost tea works with nature, gradually improving soil health and plant vitality over time. Making compost tea at home is easy, cost-effective, and incredibly rewarding. Whether you have a backyard compost pile, worm castings, or kitchen scraps, you can turn them into liquid gold for your plants. The best compost tea starts with high-quality organic matter. You don't need expensive ingredients, just a few everyday household items will do the trick. The main ingredient is compost. If you have a compost pile, great. If not, worm castings or even well-aged manure will work. This serves as the base, providing essential nutrients and beneficial microbes. To feed and activate these microbes, you need a sugar source. Unsulfured molasses, honey, or even overripe fruit works well. This step is crucial because it encourages microbial multiplication, making your tea even more potent. If you have banana peels, eggshells, or coffee grounds, they can be added for extra potassium, calcium, and nitrogen. These break down in the tea, releasing nutrients that plants love. Lastly, you need clean, dechlorinated water. If using tap water, let it sit out for 24 hours to allow the chlorine to evaporate. Chlorine can kill beneficial microbes, so it's important to use water that won't disrupt the balance of your compost tea. Once you have your ingredients ready, it's time to brew the tea. Start by filling a 5-gallon bucket about 3/4 full with dechlorinated water. This allows room for aeration and prevents overflow once you add the compost. Place 2 to 3 cups of compost or worm castings into a porous bag, like an old pillowcase or cheesecloth, and tie it shut. This prevents large debris from floating in the tea while still allowing nutrients and microbes to seep into the water. If you don't have a bag, you can simply add the compost directly and strain it later. Next, add 2 tablespoons of unsulfured molasses or a natural sugar source to feed the microbes. Stir the mixture gently to begin distributing nutrients into the water. If using banana peels, eggshells, or coffee grounds, add them now so they have time to break down. Oxygen is essential for brewing high-quality compost tea. Beneficial bacteria thrive in oxygen-rich environments, while harmful anaerobic bacteria multiply in stagnant, oxygen-poor conditions. The best way to aerate your compost tea is with an aquarium air pump and an air stone, which continuously bubbles oxygen through the liquid. This creates an ideal environment for beneficial microbes to multiply. If you don't have an air pump, stir the mixture vigorously with a stick or ladle every few hours to introduce oxygen manually. Let the tea brew for 24 to 48 hours. During this time, the water will turn dark brown, indicating that nutrients and microbes are being extracted. Once the tea is finished brewing, it's ready to use. If you added compost directly to the water, strain it using a fine mesh strainer or cheesecloth. The leftover solid material can be returned to your compost pile or used as a mulch around plants. Compost tea can be applied in 2 ways, as a soil drench and as a foliar spray. As a soil drench, pour the tea directly at the base of your plants. This allows nutrients and microbes to penetrate the soil, feeding plant roots and improving soil structure. As a foliar spray, transfer the tea into a spray bottle or garden sprayer and mist it onto plant leaves. This is especially effective for boosting disease resistance, as beneficial microbes help suppress harmful pathogens on leaf surfaces. For best results, apply compost tea in the morning or late afternoon when temperatures are cooler. Avoid spraying in direct sunlight as this can cause leaf burn. Compost tea is most effective when used fresh, ideally within 24 hours of brewing. Over time, beneficial microbes begin to die off, reducing its potency. If you need to store it, keep it in a cool, shaded area and use it within 2 days. If you have leftover compost tea, don't let it go to waste. Pour it around trees, shrubs, or garden beds as an extra nutrient boost. You can also dilute it with water and use it as a gentle liquid fertilizer for seedlings and delicate plants. If your compost tea has a strong foul smell, something has gone wrong. A healthy compost tea should have a mild, earthy scent, similar to fresh soil after rain. A healthy compost tea should have a mild, earthy scent, similar to fresh soil after rain. If your tea develops mold or slime, it's best to discard it and start fresh. Mold can indicate an imbalance in microbial populations or contamination from poor quality compost. Using well-aged, fully decomposed compost reduces the risk of unwanted pathogens. Compost tea isn't just another fertilizer, it's a living, breathing ecosystem in a bucket. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that provide nutrients in isolation, compost tea brings life to your garden, enriching soil, strengthening plants, and increasing microbial diversity. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that provide nutrients in isolation, compost tea brings life to your garden, enriching soil, strengthening plants, and increasing microbial diversity. It's an eco-friendly solution, reducing reliance on chemical fertilizers while promoting natural soil regeneration. Over time, regular compost tea applications improve soil structure, making it more crumbly, aerated, and nutrient-dense. Whether you're growing vegetables, flowers, or indoor plants, compost tea provides balanced nutrition without the risk of chemical buildup. It enhances plant resilience, meaning fewer pests, healthier foliage, and stronger root systems. Once you start using compost tea, you'll see the difference in your plants. Once you start using compost tea, you'll see the difference in your plants. The deep greens, the rapid growth, the stronger resistance to pests, it all comes from feeding your soil the way nature intended. Try making a batch and see the results for yourself. If this guide helped you, be sure to subscribe to Hydrohaven for more practical gardening tips. And don't forget to share this video with fellow gardeners so they can reap the benefits of compost tea too. Happy gardening, and may your plants thrive.